Thank you, and welcome to the 90th Annual McMaster Athletic Awards Ceremony presented by our friends at CINTAS, the service professionals. My name is Ted Michaels from 900 CHML. Honored to be your host for tonight again. We want to start off by welcoming our new partner, CINTAS, which prides itself on its well-established competitive management trainee program designed to develop recent university grads to become successful future leaders of their company. CINTAS partnering with McMaster because their drive, their team-driven approach is ideal for athletes conditioned to thrive in a team environment and exhibit their demonstrated leadership, competitive spirit, drive, and passion. There are CINTAS representatives here tonight. Touch base with them regarding some postgraduate employment opportunities. Make sure you enter the draw for your chance to win one of 3 Fitbit bracelets. Now, in true awards fashion, I'd like to introduce I'd call it a red carpet, but we don't have one. Paolo Sabatino, who will be introducing some of our honored recipients tonight. Paolo has been our in-game host for football and basketball home games this past season. Paolo, give the crowd a hand, a wave.
Thank you. And I can guarantee everybody that there will be no name that tune, dice roll, all that kind of stuff. So none of that tonight.
This evening we begin by honoring our top performing teams on a provincial and national level. Tim LOUKS and the women's volleyball program surprised the OUA when they took down the East Division powerhouse Toronto and Ottawa on the same weekend to capture their second OUA championship in program history. The team steadily improved throughout the course of the season, dropping only 1 game since January. 4 first-year players in the lineup. The young squad showed the OUA they'll be a force to be reckoned with 4 years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the women's volleyball program.
And there it is, folks. The McMaster Marauders take the match 3-0 over the Ottawa GGs. 25-20, 25-22, 25-22. And your 2014 OUA Women's Volleyball Champions are the McMaster.
Head coach Dave Preston led the men's volleyball team to their 5th OUA championship in 7 years as they beat the Western Mustangs 3-1 here at the Burridge Gym. An outstanding 19-1 league record. The team held #1 ranking in the nation for 8 weeks. At the CIS championship, the team fell to conference rival Western in the national semifinal, played the bronze medal game, and they exacted revenge on Laval, who beat them last year in the national championship. The CIS bronze medal now added to the growing collection of the team's CIS medals after earning silver last year. Dave Preston and the men's volleyball team.
Buzzing. Sim float, picked up by Marr. Campion Smith, Demenyenko. And it's going to be a win for the McMaster Marauders here tonight inside the Burridge Gym.
Congratulations once again to our men's and women's volleyball teams, OUA champions. I'd now like to call upon Dr. Patrick Dean, McMaster University President and Vice Chancellor, to bring greetings on behalf of McMaster University. Dr. Dean.
Good, you? Yeah, fine. Good to see you. Well, thanks so much, Ted. It's a great pleasure to be here. Good evening, Marauders. A great honor to be here at these 2014 Athletic Awards. And on behalf of our entire university community, I want to congratulate our student athletes, trainers, and athletic personnel on an exciting and extremely successful 2013-2014 season. You've seen in the presentation of our 2 OUA winning teams here tonight some of the highlights. There are many others you'll hear about as the evening progresses. I take note of a number of things that we hosted several championships this year. The OUA cross country, fencing, men's volleyball, and the National University Synchronized Swimming. These are great events which showcase athletics here at our university, and of course strengthen our position on the national and on the provincial scene. Many other highlights: the men's basketball team qualifying for the CIS National Championships tournament for the first time in 8 years. Men's cross-country team had their best finish in 10 years with an OUA silver medal. We had CIS medalists in swimming and wrestling, and an extraordinary range of achievements across the board in the various sports. I'd just take note, too, that in this year we expanded McMaster Athletes Care Program to include the second annual Steel City Amazing Race, and worked with the Blue Jays Foundation to launch a campaign to send underprivileged kids to our summer camps. And that last form of community outreach, I think, not the least great achievement of the year. But none of this gets achieved without great dedication and compassion from all of you. And I want to say how personally very proud I am of all our athletes for their competitive spirit and their dedication throughout the year. You all represent what is finest about our institution, whether you win or whether you do not win. In all your activities, you show us off to the best possible effect. And how you do it while balancing athletic commitments with academic ones, I don't know. I stand back and watch with admiration. I do want to thank the huge body of support staff who make this level of achievement in athletics possible, some of the finest coaches, trainers, and athletic staff in the entire country, and not to mention these outstanding facilities in which we do it all. Some of you will be graduating this year. I know that you will look back on your years wearing our school colors with great pride. For those of you continuing on, I look forward to great things in the years to come. And for all our athletes, I know that playing sport for the university establishes a connection to McMaster that will, in fact, never diminish with time. So congratulations to all our award winners tonight, and more generally, congratulations to all our student athletes. Thank you very much. Thanks, Ted.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Dean. Now we recognize the athletes who are the top performers on the national stage. These individuals either medaled at nationals or were named to the All-Canadian team in their respective sport. Please welcome Associate Director of Athletics, Mark Alfano, to assist in presenting our national athletes in alphabetical order. Top national performers in swimming: Cameron Bailey, CIS bronze on the men's 200-meter IM. CIS bronze in the men's 50-meter breast, also swimming, Conrad Bald. He's not here, so somebody will accept for him, obviously. Second in the second team CIS from volleyball, Austin Campion Smith. CIS first team All-Canadian from the volleyball team, JORI MANTHA. The CIS Sylvia Sweeney Award from basketball, HAILEY MILLIGAN. CIS second team All-Canadian from cross country, Blair Morgan. What happened to the hair? CIS All-Canadian from rugby, Cindy Nellis. CIS silver medalist in the 68K weight class in wrestling, Ahmed Shamia. Not here, we'll hold that award for him. And the CIS Rookie of the Year from football, Dan Vandervoort. Thank you and congratulations for representing McMaster at a national level with all your outstanding performances. At this time, we'd like to thank 5 of our coaches for their outstanding years of service. As student athletes, you can appreciate the time and commitment and energy that your coach puts into your team to help you achieve your highest capabilities as individuals and a team. Now, 2 of the coaches are unable to join us tonight. We'd like to recognize them. Ken Oda has led the McMaster fast pitch team for the past 5 years. Rasim Sahovic has been McMaster's tennis coach for the last 15 years, led the team to the school's first and only OUA championship in 1999-2000. I'd now like to call upon Jeff Giles, the Director of Athletics and Recreation, to present the following individuals with a small token of gratitude for their dedication and years of service as a McMaster head coach. Quinn Farrelly has been led both the men's and women's water polo teams for the past 15 years, earning a total of 5 OUA championships, including 4 in a 5-year span for the women in the earlier part of the millennium. He's coached over 50 OUA All-Star selections and is synonymous with water polo in Hamilton. Quinn Farrelly. Our next coach has just capped off his 25th season as head coach of the women's volleyball program with an OUA championship. During his tenure, Tim LOUKS has claimed the only OUA championship in McMaster women's volleyball history. Coach LOUKS' team appeared at 3 CIS national championships, including the 2011-12 championship, when McMaster played host to the best in the country. And a fun fact, or maybe he doesn't want to talk about age, he competed for McMaster as a student athlete when we hosted the championship back in 78-79. Tim's passion and commitment to the sport of volleyball has been met not here at McMaster, but at the grassroots level, provincially and nationally in the OUA and the CIS. It's been over 45 selections to the OUA All-Star teams under his watch, and some of them are here tonight to help present the gift to Coach LOUKS for his 25th season as head coach of the Marauders. Please welcome former Marauders Alvicia Bust-Maga, Jen Holt, Jen Payne, Larissa Puhat, and Carly Welch. Yeah, Tim, we're waiting for you. Yeah, it's a picture from 78, Tim, actually. Yeah, you. This is Zach and Alice, who are very happy to be here. You can just see they were itching to get started.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the one and only Tim LOUKS. Congratulations on your 25 years here. 2014 was a big year. You got to see your ladies women's volleyball team hoist the cup for the OUA championship. But let's rewind 25 years back to the year 1989, day one. You stepped onto this campus, and not one of your current players was born. Can you please take us through that experience and how it relates today?
It hasn't changed that dramatically. You'd be surprised. The names and faces may have changed a little bit, but the game's still the same kind of game. This is still an awesome place to play. This is one of the best houses in the province.
And last question for you, Tim. As I said, your women's volleyball team hoisted the OUA championship this year. Take us through that experience of standing on the sidelines and seeing that cup go up in the air.
Well, it was phenomenal because of the journey, for sure, Paul. To get that far and then watch.
Your kids are so excited right now.
Just to watch how they finish, that's the most critical piece of this whole journey, for sure.
All right, well, thank you very much, Tim, for all your years of service. Hard work, dedication has truly paid off, and I think I can speak on behalf of everyone saying thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim LOUKS.
Thank you, Paulo. Last but not least, we honor and bid farewell to Phil White.
Dr. Phil White came to McMaster in 1986 as a professor in the School of Physical Education and Athletics and varsity men's rugby coach. In the years since his arrival, the McMaster landscape has changed dramatically. Physical education evolved into the Department of Kinesiology, and McMaster has added athletic and training facilities that are the envy of the nation. But through it all, Phil White was on the sidelines of the 10-acre field directing the fortunes of Marauder Rugby. Phil guided the Marauders to their first Ontario Championship in 1992, finally winning the title after knocking on the door for several years. It took another 10 years before McMaster won again, but the next OUA Championship in 2002 started a period of Maroon domination as Coach White's Marauders won 5 championships over the next 7 seasons. He took McMaster Rugby to a new level and forced the rest of the league to catch up. His work with Ontario Rugby and Rugby Canada enticed some of Canada's best players to come to McMaster and saw several Marauder graduates advance to play on Canada's national team. On 5 occasions, Phil was recognized by his peers as the OUA Coach of the Year. From the early days of 1 assistant coach, 1 student therapist, and making sure someone remembered to inflate the balls, Phil has been the constant. The caretaker that tended the garden as Marauder Rugby took root and grew. Despite all the championships and personal accolades, the thing Phil references most often about his 25 years as McMaster coach is the relationships he has built with his players.
I've been invited to 5 weddings of former players. So the relationships you form away from the field with players and also the assistant coaches has been a huge factor in enjoying this terrific job I have.
McMaster Athletics and Recreation is proud to recognize Phil White for his 25 years of dedicated service as Marauder Varsity men's rugby coach.
Over his 25 seasons as head coach of the MAC men's rugby program, Coach White has been the face of MAC men's rugby. More important than all the accolades, the Kin professor is leaving a lasting legacy as a coach educator. His guidance and leadership influenced countless numbers of former Marauders to take an active role in coaching and developing rugby, and some of them are here with us tonight. Please welcome former Marauders Sean Allen, Tyler Leggett, Andrew Lombard, Nick Mantz, Dan Pelch, Kent Rawlings, and longtime assistant coach Cal Stafford to help with the presentation.
All right, Mr. White, congratulations on your 25 years here. Amazing stuff that you accomplished with the rugby team. As you begin a new chapter in your life, what's the one thing that you're going to miss the most?
The people. All the players I've coached, hundreds of them, wonderful young men. The coaches I've had on the staff, they've been great people. The therapists, the managers, the administrators in the department. I just miss the people.
And I can say that we're all going to miss you, and you have definitely put Marauders rugby on the map. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil White.
You can take your seats now, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Jeff Childs will also be presenting the Plaque Award, which is presented to athletes who have 4 years of participation on a varsity team. To receive the Plaque Award on behalf of all eligible recipients, please welcome wrestlers NICOLE MAZARA and Kevin Barrett. By the way, the list of plaque recipients can be found in the awards booklet that you can pick up at the end of the ceremony along with your award in the reception area. I'd now like to call upon Adam Cunningham from CINTAS. Adam is a market sales manager and a former Marauder, a member of the MAC swim team, and started out management trainee at CINTAS upon graduation. As part of CINTAS' partnership with the Department of Athletics and Recreation, they're contributing to the department's athletic scholarship fund. Please welcome Adam Prasuti and Danielle Boyago from the men's and women's basketball teams, two scholarship athletes that would like to thank CINTAS for their contribution. The Joyce Wignall Award is presented to the team that has made an outstanding contribution to the community. The award honors Joyce's tireless dedication to student athletes during her 39-year tenure at McMaster. The finalists in baseball are, in partnership with the Jays Care Foundation and MAC Athletes Care, the Marauder baseball team took a leading role in the Pathway to Education program. Beginning in September, the team held weekly baseball clinics in the Bonetto neighborhood in North Hamilton. When they couldn't go outside, they went inside and continued to volunteer at the MAC Athletes Care program, like Living Rock and the Eva Rothwell Resource Center. Again, in partnership with Jay's Care, Marauder Baseball is hosting a day-long indoor spring clinic for 50 Hamilton youth in preparation for the summer baseball season. Men's lacrosse. As an active supporter of McMaster Athletes Care, the lacrosse team sent team members out regularly to volunteer at Living Rock and help to implement a broomball program for neighborhood kids at the Kathy Weaver Elementary School in North Hamilton. Team members volunteered with the Skate the Dream program that helps disadvantaged youth develop skating, hockey, and life skills, along with supporting Think Pink initiative through MAC Athletes Care. The team has held its own fundraising events in support of breast cancer, raising over $1,000 toward the cause. Swimming. The McMaster swim team continues to make community outreach a priority, taking part in the MAC Athletes Care program. This year, the group got involved with the Dundas Seahawks Swim Club to work with swimmers that have special needs. The team also mobilized in support of numerous charities, including the Gift of Life Swim in support of the Kidney Foundation, the Relay for Life supporting the Canadian Cancer Society, and the Great Canadian Shoreline Cleanup. Now to present the Joyce Wignall Award, Mark Alfano will present that award in place of Joyce Wignall. And the recipients of the Joyce Wignall Award, congratulations to the baseball team. Congratulations. The Bruce Cochran Award is presented to an individual who's excelled in their position with the department, either as a manager, student therapist, assistant coach, event management staff, or administrative support. The finalists from men's basketball, Jason Ehrlich. Having been involved with the Marauders basketball team in one capacity or another for several years, he took a more formal role as team manager this past season, began passing for players at practice in the summer of 2013, and so dedicated to the task, the players themselves requested he be given a role during the season. His dedication was unmatched in the past year. He set up and took down each of the Marauders' practices and organized jerseys and filled water and undertook any number of smaller duties assisting in practice, and often stayed late to pass for his players and would meet them throughout the week to assist with workouts in the gym, all of it done without any form of compensation. From men's rugby, Bowen Lynn. He spent 4 years as a player, but he accomplished much more off the pitch. The Commerce student held the role of team manager for the past 3 seasons and vastly improved the operation of the program in nearly every facet. He organized large-scale projects like budgeting and kit ordering alongside the tasks required by the team. Took courses throughout his time at MAC to become a certified rugby official and volunteered to referee the team's junior varsity game. A key part of the program's success, and knowing that his time at MAC was coming to an end, spent the past season training his successor as manager. From women's basketball, Mark Zimmerman. Last year's winner in this category, he once again deserves recognition for his year-round commitment, more than fulfilling his job description as the team's physical therapist, constantly striving to improve and go above and beyond the call of duty, often working extended hours, staying with injured athletes at the hospital, assisting in practice drills, and through 2 seasons of involvement, he stands as one of the most dedicated volunteers that McMaster women's basketball has ever had. I'd now like to call upon T.J. Kelly, the facility supervisor, to present the award in honor of Bruce Cochran's unwavering dedication and service to the athletics program over his 25-year tenure. And this year's recipient is Bowen Lynn. Congratulations. The candidates for the Les Prince Award as student athletes who have demonstrated leadership and outstanding community service. Of course, Les Prince, a former director of athletics and the dean of students and coach. The finalists are from the lacrosse team, Christopher Griffiths. A third-year player on the lacrosse team. He's been extremely active in community outreach programs, both throughout McMaster and the university. He serves on the executive of the MAC Athletes Care, the Right to Play 24 Hours of Sport program. He's taken a leading role in organizing community and volunteer initiatives performed by the team and through department-wide projects like Think Pink, events in support of breast cancer research. He also volunteers regularly at the Living Rock, instrumental in launching Literacy, Reading Buddy, and many other programs, and helped develop an inclusivity workout that'll be directed, a workshop at least, that'll be directed at local high school athletes through MAC Athletes Care. From swimming, Natasha Strass-Hundel. A multiple OUA medalist over her 4-year varsity career and an academic All-Canadian, Natasha has also found time to make major waves, if you will, as a volunteer. Taking a leadership position on her team, she coordinated the MAC swimming squad through gifts like the Gift of Life Swim and the Canadian Kidney Foundation, the Relay for Life supporting the Cancer Society, and the Great Canadian Shoreline Cleanup. And she also volunteers weekly with the Dundas Seahawks, coaching national special needs swimmers, and has given her time to the Superhero Training Academy operated through the McMaster Pulse and MAC Athletes Care. And from badminton, Leslie Walker. A team captain since 2010, she was named the Women's Badminton MVP in 2014. She has taken a leadership role with the MAC Badminton Club, serving as tournament coordinator and assistant coach. She volunteers her time with Hamilton Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and also volunteers with the Salvation Army in her hometown of Goderich. Her campus activities include being a mentor in the Commerce Mentorship Program, a Welcome Week rep for the DeGroote School of Business, and finance director for the Refresh Bolivia program at McMaster. Now I'd like to call upon Rebecca Babcock, the coordinator of McMaster Athletes Care, to present the award. And the Les Prince Award goes this year to Christopher Griffiths. Congratulations. Nicely done, Christopher. Give it to the, very nice. Now the Most Valuable Player Awards, and we will ask the presenter to come up as we start to mention the teams. From badminton, head coach Greg Stowicha. The men's recipient, Vincent Wu. Women's recipient, Leslie Walker. Baseball, presenting the award is 2013 head coach Wayne Gowan. To the recipient, Travis Flint. Men's basketball. The presenter is head coach Amos Connolly. And the recipient, Taylor Black. Women's basketball. Head coach Teresa Burns. The recipient, HAILEY Milligan. Cross country was the presenter, the head coach Rory Sneed. Men's recipient Blair Morgan. Women's recipient Madeline McDonald.
Blair, come back here. I got a question to ask you. I heard about this very interesting experience that you had this year in 2014. You competed in the FISU cross-country championships in Uganda. Could you please tell all of us here how incredible that experience was?
That was a great experience. Definitely like a life-changing experience. Got to go over with some of the best athletes, best runners in the country. And yeah, definitely.
Speechless.
Yeah, left me speechless. Yeah, definitely changed my perspective on a lot of different things.
That's great to hear, Blair. Congratulations on this year, and congratulations on that.
Women's curling, the presenter is head coach Mike Oda, and the recipient is Robin Murphy. Fast pitch, the presenter, assistant coach Stephanie Sutton. And the recipient, Caitlin Quigley. In fencing, the program coordinator, Teresa Burns. The men's recipient, Neil Bobby. The women's recipient, who was unable to attend tonight's event, Jennifer Ackerman. Field hockey, the presenter is the club president, Heather Leahy. And the recipient, Claire Layton. Figure skating, the co-presidents Emily Steef and Riley Allison. The the co-recipients, Alexandra Kornakaikas and Jennifer Pettum. Don't go away, ladies. Hang on, hang on.
Don't run away from me, please. All right. Ladies, now this year I heard that you put on a Skate with the Dean that the Graduate Studies also runs. Now, with the Graduate Studies, you get a lot of students from across the world coming to McMaster for this program. I was wondering, how was that experience seeing some people skating for the first time?
Well, it was kind of interesting because you don't really realize, how many people from different countries don't get that experience. So it was kind of like you had to go back to the basics, right? And what about you, Alex?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of fun, especially getting to meet people from different faculties. And yeah, it was really interesting trying to teach people that were older how to skate.
Now, I assume a lot of people fell?
Just a few.
Just a few? All right. Well, thank you. Awesome. Awesome. Sorry. Thank you very much, ladies.
In football, the presenter, head coach Stefan Potasic. And the winners, the offensive recipient who cannot be with us tonight, quarterback Marshall Ferguson. And the defensive recipient, halfback slash linebacker or linebacker slash halfback, Scott Martin. Golf. The presenter is the assistant coach Andrew Ross. The women's recipient, Jonathan Lamb. Women's recipient, Michaela DiMarcantonio. Gymnastics, the presenter is co-president Courtney Wood, and the recipient, Janine Maloney. In men's hockey, the club coordinator, Tim LOUKS, and the co-recipients, Bronson Bullivant and Travis Gibson. In women's hockey, the presenter, head coach Henry DePellegrin, and the recipient, Carly Bassendale. In men's lacrosse, the presenter, the assistant coach Brendan Sweeney, will present the award to the recipient, Mark Phillips. And Brendan Sweeney will make the presentation of women's lacrosse. The award goes to recipient Kyra Riley. In rowing, the presenter is the head coach, Stefan Wagner. The men's recipient, Thomas Salzaccioli. The women's recipient, Rachel Dick. Rachel will not be here with us tonight. Men's rugby, presenter, the 2013 head coach, Phil White. And the recipient, Andrew Ferguson. Women's rugby, the presenter, the assistant coaches, Tim Doucette and Amber Purins. And the recipient, Cindy Nellis.
Excuse me, Cindy, before you go back up to the stands. Yeah, run away. You are very tall. Jeez. All right. Nice, by the way. Nice heels. Now, you made a big statement last month by capturing the championship, national championship, I should say, for the Rugby Sevens tournament. Now, tell us about that experience and how that will transfer into the 15s coming this September.
Yeah, I think that was a really great experience for the team, especially with our new head coach, Sean Allen. Woo woo. Anyhow, so I think it was also a really good experience for team dynamics too. It gave our team a really good opportunity to come together and work towards a common goal. Also, I think it really gave us a good opportunity to handle like how we would deal with loss too, because we didn't start out so good. But then we were able to regroup and really work towards winning, I guess, yeah.
Winning is always good. Well, congratulations and good luck for the upcoming season.
You'll notice that Paolo just hates his job. Just hates it. Sailing, presenting the award is the incoming president, Sidney Valentino, and head coach, Justin Hall. And the recipient, Elizabeth Kroc. Men's soccer, the presenter is head coach Dino Perry. To the recipient, Angelo Cavalluzzo. Women's soccer, the presenter of the head coach, Brett Mosen. And the recipient, Kelsey Orlando. There will be no presentation of the Men's Squash Award, and the recipient is unable to attend on tonight's event, but we do want to recognize that the recipient for the Men's Squash Award is Patrick Morcus. So at women's squash, head coach Doug Hamilton. Presenting the award to Michaela Netterveen. In swimming, the assistant coach, Dan McCauley. Notice how the swimming team is always the most animated. Every year I come here, there's something about being in the pool. The men's recipient, Cameron Bailey. The women's co-recipients, Sarah Taylor and Alex Van Omen. In synchronized swimming, there will be no presentation of the award, but we do want to recognize the award winner, Justine Bentley. We go to men's tennis. The presenter is women's tennis head coach Peter Padiakis. And the recipient is Jake Morris. And Peter will make the presentation to the women's tennis recipient, Shivani Skadaraja. Track. The presenter, head coach Paula Schnur. Will make the presentation to the men's recipient, Brandon Huzevka, and the women's recipient, Letitia Rooms. Ultimate. The presenter is club president Sean Coombs. They call you P. Diddy, don't they? Yeah, am I right? The men's recipient is not here, Michael Huang. The women's recipient, Molly Kojder. Men's volleyball head coach Dave Preston. Will make the presentation to the recipient, Austin Campion Smith. In women's volleyball, our recipient is presently out of town on placement, unable to attend today's event, but we do want to acknowledge and congratulate in women's volleyball. The recipient is Kayla Ng. Men's water polo head coach Quinn Fairley. And the recipient, Cale Carlson. And Quinn Fairley will present the Women's Water Polo Award. The recipient is Nicola Coulter-John. Wrestling head coach Nick Cipriano. The men's recipient, Ahmed Shemaya. The women's recipient, Erica D'Angelo. Congratulations to all this year's MVP recipients. Time now to present our remaining major awards. The following finalists and recipients have all had outstanding seasons, and we congratulate them on their efforts. The Mel and Marilyn Hockrig Outstanding Rookie Award, in which we recognize the top female and male student athlete who excelled in their first year of postseason inter-university competition. Female finalists in volleyball, Sophie Bukovic. Not much of an adjustment time for her after a busy summer schedule that saw her complete both the OU-19 and Under-21 World Beach Championships. She made a smooth transition to the indoor game, led the Marauders with 14.5 points in her first OUA match in October. She earned OUA First Team All-Star and All-Rookie honors. Her growth accelerated from there. She emerged as arguably the conference's best hitter in the playoffs, where she averaged a league-high 6 points per set and 5.06 kills per set, while hitting a blistering 30%. Her incredible playoff performance earned her recognition as the MVP of the OUA Final Four, as she led the Marauders to its only second conference title in program history. From swimming, Olivia Chow. Chow showed continuous improvement through her first season in maroon and gray, cemented her place among the OUA's best young swimmers at the conference. At the championships in February, she won individual silver in the 50-meter breaststroke, just tenths of a second behind two other Marauder teammates. She put her versatility on display to reach the finals of the 200-meter IM at the event, accomplished the third fastest relay split in the province with a time of 56.3 in the 100-meter freestyle. Her growth in the stroke led her to 3 lifetime bests in freestyle events as she set new standards in the 50, 100, and 200-meter races. Rugby, Colleen Iroa. Doing the essential work that doesn't appear on a score sheet, she excelled at the prop position in her first season as a Marauder. Her role as a prop didn't lend itself to racking up points, but she was invaluable in winning scrums and moving play forward for the McMaster in 2013. That earned her the OUA Russell Division's Rookie of the Year award. The male finalists. In basketball, Trevin McNeil. Or should I be saying Trayvon? Somebody correct me on that? Okay. He initially had to bide his time behind more experienced teammates, but he was a key player for the Marauders down the stretch. Named the team's Rookie of the Year, he came off the bench for most of the season and provided the team with a spark whenever he came off the floor. A highly touted recruit from Oakville, he stepped up his contribution late in the season and led the team in scoring with 23 points in the OUA bronze medal win over Windsor that qualified the team for the national tournament. From swimming, Martin Scheck. He displayed unprecedented improvement over the course of his first year, and by the end of the second, was regularly putting together personal best to help McMaster to one of the best seasons in recent history, making 4 individual finals at the OUA Championships in medley, breaststroke, and freestyle. He had lifetime best results and scored crucial points that helped the Marauders capture the team silver medal. Qualifying for the championships, he again posted personal best in his 4 events and scoring points as the Marauder team left the Marauder team total that left the team in 4th place, the highest team ever result for McMaster at the CIS meet. From football, Danny Vandervoort. From Barrie, great start to his career, catching 6 passes, including 1 for a touchdown in McMaster's season opener win against Ottawa. In his second outing against Queens, he had 7 receptions for 172 yards, a 73-yard major. Got the OUA Offensive Player of the Week. Overall, 31 catches, 594 yards, 8 touchdowns, earning him a spot on the second OUA All-Star team. His 8 receiving majors, 1 shy of the team record and a McMaster standard for a rookie, were good enough for 3rd place in the OUA. His 594 yards ranked 8th in the conference. He was honored with the Norm Marshall Award as the OUA Rookie of the Year, the only second Marauder to receive the Pete Gorman Trophy as Rookie of the Year. On a personal note, doing the play-by-play for the Marauders, can you please change your number, because I got confused with you and the other guy, 83 and 84, all season. So maybe we're like 3 or something next year. Or not. Mel Hockrig will now present the Outstanding Rookie Awards. And the recipients are Sophie Bukovac and Danny Vandervoort. Don't go far. Hang on, both of you. Sophie,
Don't leave.
yeah, come on back.
I swear, everyone wants to run away from me. I don't understand why. All right, well, to both of you, congratulations on Rookie of the Year. I took a second to look through the stats, and you finished with over 250 kills this season. And with your regular season and playoffs combined, you finished with over 650 yards. Yeah, kills sounds kind of bad. We'll call them spikes. There are actual kills. You'd be wanted. All right, well, again, 650 yards, 9 touchdowns. Really impressive for the both of you. And I was wondering, could you take us through your first year experience and just all the memories that you had so far and summarize how incredible they've been?
I think all of my memories have to do with the team. I don't think we could have gone anywhere without each other. We had a really rough season, kind of, especially with me, but I think that I couldn't have done it without you guys, and I'm very thankful to have the opportunity to play with you guys this year, so thank you.
All right, thank you. And for yourself, I see you in the gym all the time, not to be creepy or anything, you're always working out. Take us through your first year experience.
I think so as well. The team really helped out, just the vets. Dallin right there, he helped me out really. He took me under his wing and showed me the ropes too. So I think the vets and the coaches were really helpful. So just the team in general really helped out first year as well.
All right, well, congratulations, and we are looking forward to what you have to offer in the next couple of years. Congratulations.
From Outstanding Rookies to Outstanding Graduating Student Athletes Awards, both the Dr. Edna Guest Award and Dr. Ray Johnson Award go to the graduating female and male student athletes who demonstrated noteworthy athletic ability and radiates the spirit of McMaster. The Dr. Edna Guest Award finalists are from basketball, HAILEY Milligan. In addition to her all-star credentials on the court, HAILEY Milligan boasts a spectacular resume of outreach and volunteer work off it. The first Marauder recipient of the CIS Sylvia Sweeney Award in recognition of her balanced commitment to basketball, academics, and community service. She was forwarded as the OUA nominee after claiming the conference's Joyce Bellinger Award under the same criteria. She led the development of the On the Move basketball program that evolved from a single event to a permanent initiative at several boys and girls clubs in the Hamilton area. She's also been a leading member of the MAC mentoring program designed in partnership with Kiwanis and the Boys and Girls Club of Hamilton to foster relationships between female athletes and young girls in the community. From badminton, Leslie Walker. She graduates this spring, having embodied McMaster badminton for the past 4 years. She took over as team captain in 2010 and served in that role ever since, also occupying a position as a tournament coordinator for the MAC Badminton Club. She was named the team's female MVP after leading the Marauders to a 5th place finish at the OUA Championships in March. Off the court, she volunteers with Big Sisters of Hamilton, and as we mentioned, with the Social Services Wing in her hometown of Goderich with the Salvation Army, and she also serves as the Director of Finance of charity for Refresh Bolivia at McMaster. From volleyball, Amanda Weldon. She was the Marauders' chosen rep on the court and a role model for a team off it. Captain in her 5th season, the setter started off the majority of her team's matches. McMaster stormed to an OUA title. A long history of involvement with the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation, having twice walked the weekend to end women's cancers and spearheaded the Marauders' Think Pink initiatives. She's also served a leading role with the MAC Athletes Care Program as a coordinator of regular athlete visits to McMaster Children's Hospital, a volunteer during Literacy Day reading programs, a McMaster mentor to young girls in the Hamilton area, and a group leader during the Steel City Amazing Race. She took part in the pilot project of the MAC Globe Serve program, traveling to Costa Rica to assist in the building of a school. The Dr. Ray Johnson Award finalists are in basketball, Nathan Pellick. A former walk-on who became a scholarship athlete, he played a pivotal role in the men's basketball team, a team leader through some turbulent times, always a positive influence and somebody that his teammates could lean on. An outstanding student, he's currently completing a master's degree in international relations. And while he played a key role in the Marauders qualifying for the Nationals this year, he never failed to represent MAC when called upon, and has been called the great ambassador of his team at local camps and clinics. He's been a role model for his teammates and a virtual assistant coach on the floor by the coaching staff. From lacrosse, Carter Williams. Completing a varsity career filled with athletic and academic accolades, he's been the face of the men's lacrosse team from being named Rookie of the Year in 2009, helping the Marauders win the Canadian title in 2010, garnered All-Canadian status in 2011 and 2013. He helped Marauder Scholar athletes numerous times, awarded the 2012-13 Jack Kennedy Award for combining excellence in athletics and academics. He was a team captain for 3 years, and he will graduate as McMaster's career leader in goals and points. From badminton, Vincent Wu. Serving as a varsity team co-captain for the second straight season and president of the McMaster Badminton Club, he's been tireless in supporting his sport, whether running practices or organizing team activities. He's taken on a leadership role geared toward helping his team achieve success. He was named the team MVP this past season. Also named outstanding, involved in numerous activities, including the Baddie Smash Squad, Best Buddies at MAC, and the McMaster Mentorship Program. He's also the founder and president of Refresh Bolivia at McMaster, a project intended to help provide clean water and proper sanitation to rural villages. I'd now like to call upon the Associate Vice President, Students and Learning, and Dean of Students, Sean Van Konet, to present both the Dr. Edna Guest Award and the Dr. Ray Johnson Award. And the recipients are Amanda Weldon and Vincent Wu.
All right. Ladies first, I guess. All right, so Amanda, Vincent, congratulations. You're welcome. Now, as your academic and athletic careers come to a close, what's the one thing that you're going to miss most about the McMaster lifestyle?
Naps? No, I'm just kidding. I think after season was over, it really hit me hard that I don't get to see my best friends every single day. And I grew up as a brother and a sister, and I never had any sisters before. And coming into the McMaster community, I realized I had 15, and then starting Mac Athletes Care, I realized I had more. And you just become this family, and it's been a blessing having such a wonderful family like all of you in the McMaster community.
Very touching. And I'll move right on over here. Vincent, how about yourself? What's the one thing you're going to miss the most about McMaster?
I have to agree. It's the community and the friends I've made during my 4 years on the badminton team, as well as working with various people in the community and at the university. So definitely the community and all the athletes I had the chance to work with.
Awesome. Well, we're going to miss both of you, but you're always welcome back. That's for sure. All right, congratulations.
The final award of the evening is the Ivor Wynne Award, presented to the top male athlete who has demonstrated superior athletic performance while representing McMaster University this year. The finalists for the Ivor Wynne Award are, in swimming, Cameron Bailey. We kind of told you all the stuff he's done already in the 2014 OUA Championships. He won gold in the 200-meter IM for the 4th straight year, then won bronze in the same race at the CIS Championships, while setting a new team record, becoming the first Marauder to break the 2-minute mark in the event. The OUA Championship saw him win 3 more silver medals, help McMaster to the team silver medal behind Toronto, and best ever 4th place finish at the CIS Championships. He completes his career at MAC as a 5-time OUA first-team All-Star and 5-time MVP. From basketball, Taylor Black. Black put up 14 points, 8 rebounds per game, dominating in the post for the Marauders. His efforts led the team to a first-place finish in the OUA West and a berth in the CIS Final 8 for the first time since 2006. Added nearly 1 block and 1.2 steals per game, ranking 3rd on the team in assists and collected 5 double-doubles on the year. His performance earned him recognition as a first-team OUA West All-Star for the 2nd straight season. He was named the tournament MVP at the Laval Invitational and moved in McMaster's all-time top 10 for career rebounding. From rugby, Andrew Ferguson. Andrew led the Marauders in scoring with 1 try, 9 converts, 5 penalty goals for 38 points, third in the OUA, helping the Marauders to the 4th place finish, named the OUA's MVP for 2013. The senior scrum half-served as team captain, leading the team in points, also among its leading tacklers. Ferguson named an OUA All-Star for the 4th straight season. From cross country and track, Blair Morgan. Blair had a sensational cross-country season, led the Marauders men's team to the OUA team silver medal, which was McMaster's best result of the past decade. The 30-year runner finished 6th in the men's 10K event, placing him 2nd on the OUA first-team all-star list. Moving on to the CIS championships, he achieved 2nd-team all-Canadian status. He finished 11th in the nation, helping Mac to a 4th-place finish at the overall team standings. Indoors, he ran a PB in the 3,000 meters at the OUA championships, improving his time by 10 seconds and finishing 13th in the conference. I'd now like to call upon Dr. Patrick Dean and Jeff Giles to present the Ivor Wynne Trophy. And the Ivor Wynne Trophy to the Male Athlete of the Year. The recipient is Cameron Bailey.
Cameron, wow. How are you? Nervous, me too. Stud over here. All right. What an amazing way to cap off your career. Countless CIS championships. You just won Male Athlete of the Year, and as a lifeguard, I'm pretty sure you saved my life once or twice in the pool because I can only doggy paddle. Can you please take us through one of your most memorable experiences as you finish your career here as a swimmer?
It would have to be this year at CIS when the men's team came 4th, which was the best placing we've done ever, actually, in MAC history. So to be a part of that team when we did that was pretty amazing.
Awesome. Speaking of amazing, well, you're a truly amazing athlete. You have an amazing fan base with you at the other swimmers. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cameron Bailey.
Paula, would you like to share with the class how he almost saved your life in the pool? No? You don't want to tell about how he almost saved your life in the pool? No? Is it an embarrassing moment? Yes?
Try to do a cannonball and turn into a belly flop, and let's just leave it at that.
We'll talk. The Therese A. Quigley Award goes to the female athlete who has distinguished herself with superior athletic performance while representing McMaster University this year. For Female Athlete of the Year, the finalists are from volleyball, Sophie Bukovic. In just her rookie year, she outbecame quickly McMaster's high-usage attack option, led the Marauders by a wide margin of 656 attempts, 3.79 points per set that ranked 5th in the OUA, and was honored as an OUA first-team All-Star as a result. In the playoffs, she climbed to a conference-leading average of 6 points per set in the postseason and led MAC to a surprise OUA title by scoring 51 points in Final Four wins over Toronto and Ottawa. She was named the MVP of the Final Four. From basketball, HAILEY Milligan. Her 5th year cemented her place as one of the best players in the history of Marauders women's basketball. Her 3rd season as co-captain, team leading averages of 18.4 points and 11.6 rebounds per game, 3rd and 1st respectively in the OUA. She led the country in boards and set a new Marauder record of 787. Pretty impressive. became the 4th Marauder to eclipse the 1,000-point mark for her career, finishing with a total of 1,141. Her standout season led her to be named as an OUA First-Team All-Star for the 2nd consecutive year and take home the McMaster Athlete of the Week award on 3 separate occasions. From rugby, Cindy Nellis. She started throughout the tournament at the veteran post at Team Canada in 2013 as Canada shocked England to win the Under-20 Nations Cup in July. And then in the OUA, 7th among OU players with 44 points from the defensive 8-man position. She led a young Marauder roster to conference bronze and recognized for her efforts with a place among the OUA First-Team All-Stars and the CIS All-Canadians. She'll continue her international duty in the coming months with stints in the National Sevens program and Senior Women's 15. From swimming, Alex Van Ommen. Four stellar seasons at Max. She saved the best for last. The breaststroke specialist won individual gold in the 50 and 100-meter high events at the OUA Championship and added a 3rd gold medal as part of the MAC 4x200-meter relay team. Her gold medal time in the 50-meter breaststroke was a lifetime best and eclipsed the Marauder record previously held by Olympian Joanne Millar. Van Ommen completed her varsity career as the winningest breaststroke competitor in the conference over the past 5 seasons, winning 18 medals at the OUA Championship. She followed this season's performance at the conference event by reaching the finals in both the 50 meters and 100-meter breaststroke, as well as the 4x100 at the CIS Championships. Again, I'd like to call upon Dr. Patrick Dean and Jeff Giles to present the award. And the Therese A. Quigley Award, the Female Athlete of the Year, is HAILEY Milligan.
HAILEY, wow. My time here at McMaster, I've seen you accomplish so much. You've had so much passion on the court, so much passion off the court. You've contributed so much to the community. It almost leaves a lot of people here speechless. A lot of people look up to you, someone like myself as well. I know, getting emotional. Don't cry. What words of wisdom do you have for all these student athletes in the stands today or watching on TV right now as you begin a new chapter in your life?
Come back for your 5th year. There's nowhere I would have rather competed for my 5th year of eligibility, and this is really emotional for me, so just kind of bear with me for a sec. I think that being a Marauder is so much more than just putting on a jersey. And to see so many people that I recognize, out there, just give it everything you have, because it's going to be over at some point. And when I come back for Alumni Weekend, I can't wait to watch all of you guys compete and play and wear that proudly on your chest. So, yeah, thank you.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, for myself, that's all the time that I've had. I'll turn it back over to Ted, but before I go, thank you for putting up with me for this year. It's been a lot of work. Name that tune like 80 times in a game is really repetitive, but it's all I got. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and it's been an honor to watch all of you guys play. Thank you.
Thank you, Paolo. Great job. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Director of Athletics and Recreation, Jeff Giles.
The good news is I'm the last person standing between you and the food back here, so that's the good news, and I promise not to be too long. Clearly, this has been another remarkable year for Marauder Athletics. I couldn't help but look back on this is the 90th ceremony, and there's 25 years of recognition. There's a lot of history and a lot of tradition here in this room, and there's a number of times tonight tears have come to my eyes because there's a lot of passion, a lot of emotion, and a lot of great people in this room who are leaving us, and that's a sad thing. To all of those who were nominated, those who won, congratulations, and thank you for being such great ambassadors for our program. We are all very proud of you, and we're very proud of your accomplishments. I'd like to thank the faculty, the university the faculty here, staff, sponsors, and of course many of our fans. I know there's many Marauder fans here in the audience tonight who have come to support us as they always do. And thank you for being here and being part of our family. In particular, there's a few people I'd like to speak about in particular. Two, I guess, is Mel and Marilyn Hockrig for their continuous support over the years. Yeah. I say this every year, but I just want you to know how much your attendance means to all of us. I know that's been a rough year, but it's so great to see the dynamic duo back together and where they should be standing there and being part of our family. I just found out you've been married for 68 years, so that's every time I see the two of you, I just have a big smile on my face. So thank you for being here and being part of this. To Patrick Dean, our president, thank you, Patrick, for always taking the time when you speak, whenever you speak about the role that athletics and recreation plays in the overall development of our students on this campus. It means a lot to us, and please let you know that it motivates us to do even better. So thank you for your ongoing support. I'd like to welcome Sean Van Koenig, our Dean of Students, to his very first award ceremony. Welcome, Sean. Sean has just started last August. He's completed one athletics season for sure, and coming up on one academic. You've been a great supporter. Thank you very much, and I know I look forward to working with you for many years to come. So thank you very much. To Ted Michaels. Ted, thank you very much. Those of you who don't know, Ted ran with a team this past weekend and around the Bay Race and raised over $8,000. So he's really dedicated to this community. He's dedicated to the Marauders. He is the voice of the Marauders, and he, as I say every year, he brings so much professionalism to this event. So thank you, Ted, very, very much. And finally, to Claire Arsenault, and where is Claire right now? She's hiding someplace, but I know she's here. She's the one who's organized all this and made all this possible. Thank you, Claire, and there she is over there hiding. With the support of Mark Alfano and Ken Dunlop and Fraser Caldwell and Bill Malley and Parrish Offer and T.J. Kelly and Nicole Grissell. It's a great team. You guys do a great job all year, and in particular, you've done a great job tonight, and this has been a great event. Thank you. Thank you very much. Some of you may know, some of you may not care, but this is the coming up on the end of my 5th year here as your Director of Athletics and Recreation. And while I haven't been here 25 years or anywhere near that, or the 90 or whatever it is, every time you come to those 5, 10, 15-year time frames, you take a time, for some reason, you sit back and you reflect for a moment. And I've found myself reflecting a lot in the last couple of weeks about my first 5 years here at McMaster. In particular, there was an experience a couple of weeks ago when somebody asked me, who knew I was coming up on 5 years, and I said, when you look back on your 5 years, what's the highlight? What do you think of the most? And I think the person, I actually think I thought I was going to say a championship or the events or the sports or the individuals or, but you know what came out of my mouth? I said the moment I remember the most and probably will always remember was my very second year in our little small boardroom up in the administration level, when 2 or 3 students and 2 or 3 staff sat down in front of me and said, Jeff, you know, Hamilton at that time had the highest child poverty rate in all of Canada. And we are Marauders, and we want to try and do something about it. We believe that we can harness the power of all Marauders, all 700 of us. We believe that we can make a difference for the community. We can be mentors. We can go out there and make a real difference. And they had this idea, and they said, we think we can find the money, but if we can't, we're going to need $20,000 to get this thing launched. And you know what? I looked at them, and the passion and the commitment in their eyes, these 5 individuals who are all, even though a couple were staff, were fairly young. And I couldn't say no, and I said yes. And that was the birth of McMaster Athletes Care. And from there, over the last 3 years, and you've heard it said so many times here tonight, from there, it has gone to the point over the last 3 years where we've touched over 5,000 at-risk kids in this community over the last 3 years. We've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds here to our games and to our events. We sent last year over 200 kids to our camp, and this year we're gunning for a lot more. And that little $20,000 budget 3 years ago has now turned into, thanks to the corporate support, of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we are making a real difference. And so when I look back on my 5 years, what I will remember the most is the passion and the commitment of this group here in front of me and those of who aren't here to really make a difference and to contribute to our community. It's not about the wins, it's not about the losses, it's not about the hours of training, it's about what you give back. And I am so proud of this group for what we give back. I'm there to cheer for you, I'm there, but what makes me most proud is what the difference you've made to our little part of the world. And for me, that's the highlight of my last 5 years. So on behalf of all of the department, all our staff, and all our coaches, thank you for another great year. I know you're going to have a great summer. You're going to work hard. You're going to come back. We're going to make a lot more memories next year. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see you next fall. Thank you very much.
Just a couple of final housekeeping notes. I'd like to call upon Adam Cunningham from CINTAS to do the draw for your chance to win one of those 3 Fitbit bracelets.
All right, so I'm in a tough spot because Jeff told you all, your hungry athletes, that he was the last guy, and now I'm the guy after that. So I'll make this as efficient as possible. We're incredibly grateful to be here to see some of the accomplishments you guys have had on the field, on the court, in the pool, both your athletic performances and also your balance away from the field and in the classroom and in the community, as Jeff mentioned. So congratulations to all of you, especially the seniors who are graduating on your careers. We're just happy to be a part of it and to share the event with you guys. So let's give away some free stuff. Here we go. Everyone get out your cards that I made you fill up before, and all my human resource friends. Where are you guys? At the back corner. First one, I got Emily Giroux, number 53. Is she here? I've got Allison Russell. Just stand for one picture. There you go. And I've got, is it Trevon McNeil? Congratulations, guys.
I don't have.
Just before we wrap it up, a reminder that the major award winners, as soon as we conclude, please come to the front for photo opportunities and interviews. In just a matter of moments, it's almost unleashing the hounds with student athletes when we tell you that there's food at the back of the building. Plaque award recipients, remember to pick up your award at the reception. Congratulations to all of the award winners and the McMaster student athletes, and thank you for everybody for attending, and also thanks CINTAS for their support of the Athletic Awards Banquet. Thank you, have a great night, and we'll see you next year.